Good morning, everybody. Good morning to our newest edition of Coffee with Dew. I'm Steve Simonovich, and of course, Justin Dew is in the flesh.
So for starters, can you hear me?
I hear you perfectly.
Okay, so I got this new webcam. It's actually not new. I've had it for years. I didn't set it up, but I got tired of the way I sounded when I would kind of replay the show. Do I sound more clear now?
I thought you sounded fine last time,
but
you're a stickler.
Well, when I replay it, it sounds terrible. It sounds like I'm in a wind tunnel or I'm, in a cave. A cave is probably a better way to describe it.
Well, I think it sounds okay. I think maybe you're being critical. Maybe you're right. I don't know a lot about this.
And I'm not a perfectionist. I'm big in the way things sound and look and whatever. How's it going today, buddy?
Today's going good. We have Hawthorne racing today. Okay. So they went to Thursday and Sunday. They took Saturday out.
Okay.
And we have a horse running today in a 13-5 claiming event. It's scheduled for turf. We got a lot of rain. We're actually hoping they take it off the turf, and will be one of the betting interests.
Okay.
So, will probably be first or second choice, actually.
Yeah, so Saratoga opening day today. You and I were going to talk about Saratoga, but they're off the turf, and I'm not interested in. I don't play much dirt racing, to be honest. So,
yeah,
nothing at Saratoga today, but it's also opening day at Colonial Downs.
Colonial Downs, and correct me if I'm wrong. Is the Arlington Million at Colonial Downs? Okay,
yes.
Because I lost track of it. It was at Churchill one year, then it was somewhere else, and I just got confused on what they were doing with that. Okay, so it's at Colonial.
Yep. Yeah. And then what I'll also mention, and you've already apologized for this, and so did Rich, but on the Lone Speed group text, I gave out a 24-1 winner.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, that was a turf race, and the race came off the turf right before the race. And what I said was, I'm probably going to play this horse anyway because the price was so great, and I just thought the replay was impressive. And so I didn't make a big bet, but I made an okay enough bet at 24-1. But nobody in our group text hit it, so it's like, what am I doing here?
Well, I think it was one of those. Was that on Tuesday?
What day is today? Yeah, it must have been Tuesday. Yep.
Yeah, it was one of those weird Tuesday, like nobody's around type of thing. And actually, I did play that race. You convinced me to throw the 6 underneath in my trifecta, which was originally for the turf. It got wiped off the turf. I canceled my bet. So instead of just canceling my bet and being, I'll just throw some money on Justin's pick, I just canceled my bet because I had a lot going on.
No, you family stuff, and I get it. So
these kids are running around everywhere, and it's just,
what can you do?
A little hectic, but that won't happen twice in a row.
Well, let's hope then today.
Won't happen today.
Yeah. So I handicapped, I researched, I looked. Indiana Grand for the moment is scheduled to be on the turf. And I kind of forgot that they were running today because I don't think they normally run on Thursdays, but I don't know. I'm not good at keeping track of dates and things like that.
Right.
So maybe if you and I want to, we could kind of speed handicap something at Indiana Grand. They've got 3 turf routes today, although one of them is for state breds, but they're both, we have an allowance and we got a maiden special weight. But my one play of the day that I know I'm making, as long as Colonial Downs stays on the turf and the horse doesn't scratch, is in race number 9 at Colonial Downs.
Okay. Go to Colonial.
And there's a bit of a morning line price in here that I think people are going to want to give a look to. This race is at 1 1/16, which means it's not even a full circuit at Colonial Downs because they have a very big turf course.
Yeah, I see that.
It must be a mile and an eighth turf. I'm guessing it's a mile and an eighth turf course. So there are some things. Look, I'm not going to tell you this is a lock for me. There are some things that could go wrong, but I want people to take a look at number 9, and that is pronounced Prouvé, which I think is French for prove. And as this one is by Justify, you can maybe imagine how they came up with the name Prouvé. Sherry DeVoe. This one, speaking of Indiana Grand, has 4 prior turf starts, 3 of them at Indiana Grand, and then some synthetic races at Turfway sprinkled in there after a career debut on the turf at Saratoga, where the horse didn't really get bet, but didn't do much running. This is what I think you'll find if you just look on paper at the career start number 2 and career and turf start, the third turf start. So the 2, let me back up. There are
so
3,
October 26th.
Yeah. So if you watch the replays for October 13th, 2022 and October 26th, 2023, you'll see a horse that makes a really strong late move.
Yes.
Especially the race in October of 2023. That was an impressive run. Really fought hard, kind of closed through horses, didn't take the overland route, kind of made the turn for home and went between horses and really looked strong. Then followed that up with 2 ho-hum efforts on the synthetic at Turfway. And then on May 28th, coming off, what would that be, a 2.5-month layoff, came up in that race with Stylish Sue, who was disqualified. Stylish Sue crossed the wire first and then came back at Churchill and won again. So not sure.
Oh, wow. That's a fast, she's fast. She's gone gate the wire 3 times in a row, got an 81 buyer.
That's right. That's right. She's a, a legit allowance filly, maybe not a stakes horse like our Whiskey Decision is, but she's no joke. In the last race for Prouvé on May 28th, if you watch the replay, what you'll see is it was kind of a merry-go-round race. Nobody really closed. It's labeled a good turf. It was producing slow times. I don't look at the variance much in DRF, but it gives you some idea of whether the track is fast or slow. And, you don't live and die by those numbers. But the replay pretty much tells the story that the 1, 2, 3, 4 finishers were 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way around the track. Prouvé was 5th throughout the running. No one really did much closing at all in there. And it just wasn't likely Prouvé making the first start in 2.5 months was going to threaten the top horses. The winner, of course, as we said, came back to win. So the question today is, will Prouvé get a little bit more pace? And the concern is breaking from post 9. This is, we don't know if there are scratches. And it probably wouldn't be bad if there were 1 or 2 scratches to the inside. But breaking from post 9 with this short run to the clubhouse turn is not optimal. Okay, I'm not going to lie. It's not what you want to see. But we are, in theory, getting 12-1 on a horse who, I think if you watch the replays and you look at Timeform US pace projections, should be, among the best closers late. Number 2, Stephanie's Charm, who was a horse I know you have bet before. That horse has raced at Gulfstream a number of times. Mm-hmm. And I know you and I've talked horses a bunch, and I know you've played Stephanie. You may not remember it, but I remember you played this horse.
I remember.
And so, I mean,
let me down.
What's that?
It's let me down.
Yeah, she's got 1 win from 21 career starts. So, she's going to be making probably a pretty good run late, and it's going to save ground where Prouvé is going to have to struggle. Trevor McCarthy, as you may remember, is the rider who fell off. Yes. a
Yeah.
lone speed play of the day earlier
Oh,
this week at Delaware Park. That was on Monday.
and I hit the other 2 horses that run out that exacta. What could have been?
What could have been? So look, we need Trevor McCarthy to stay on. We need Trevor McCarthy to not go, 3 or 4 wide into the turn and then stay 3 wide around the clubhouse turn and try to advance while he's running the horse 3 wide. Because this race will be over by the time they get to the backstretch for Prouvé if that happens. We're going to need some luck here, but at 12-1, and I think we're probably going to get double digits on this horse, especially if there aren't. It's a 12-horse field. I think Prouvé is the one for me. And that 7 Turf Rocket is a solid horse too. She won a race at Gulfstream kind of towards the end of the meet, and got a semi trip of death at Pimlico, and then had a rough start at Saratoga. I think Turf Rocket is a filly you should consider too. But for me, number 9, Prouvé.
Yeah, Prouvé looks interesting. There is a lot of speed in here. The 5's adding blinkers. You know, I I think we're gonna get that late kick. The second off, that little short layoff will definitely help. McCarthy, he owes us.
Yeah.
They added the hood 3 back. I don't know if it's done much. It looks like it's pretty much running laterally on the speed figures. Maybe it's helping it focus a little bit. 12-1's. I think we'll get 12-1 because there's a number of ways you can go here, and this is the first race of the meet, so we don't know. I'm assuming these rails are at 0 feet.
Let me check and see. Yeah, I think. Oh, Jason Beam on that video that I retweeted, I think explained this.
Okay.
That's right. There's 2 turf courses here.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
And I'm a little fuzzy as to which one this is being run on. I should probably know that. Let me see how they. Oh, it's on the. Oh no, it's on the outer turf course. Yeah. Okay, that's why the distance is so.
All right, so outer, inner, we're gonna have to. What do you know about the way those turf courses play? I guess it's opening day, so the turf course is probably in beautiful shape.
Yeah. Colonial's got a real nice turf course.
Yeah, I mean they pride themselves on that. Woodbine, they have 2 turf courses as well. It's always in good shape. Not so much for Gulfstream and
no,
I guess
other...
Churchill's had some issues with their turf course through the years.
Yeah, major issues. And too bad about Saratoga today, right?
Yeah, opening day, I was kind of excited about it. Hot Springs, they call that the Saratoga of the South. Same thing. They get so much rain down in Hot Springs. They get so much rain in Saratoga. This happens often, but Hot Springs doesn't have to worry about turf racing.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about that. But no.
So with this play here, this is the 9th race of the sequence.
Yep.
Or on the card. So it starts the late pick 4.
Yeah, you got 12 races.
Second leg of the pick 5. The late pick 5, I believe. Would you single? You would single this horse?
Yeah, I
take a stand.
Because here's the thing: there's some turf sprints which I did not really focus on, to be honest, and then the other turf route, like in this late in the sequence, is a 10 claimer, and then there are too many first time starters for me, or just inexperienced horses in the finale. So I'll be honest, I didn't really dig into any of the other races on the card.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, you start with 3 hurdles. You've got a maiden 16 turf route, and I just really like Prouvé enough to say, you know what, I'm gonna, after scratches come out, I'll take a look at the rest of the sequence. But what it's probably going to be for me today is half of my bankroll for the race on a win bet, and then I'll probably try to do one of my 1 by 3 by 3 trifectas.
Okay.
I think the 6 is serious. I think the 7 is live. It'll probably be like 9 over the 5, 6, 7, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Because those are all,
You got Grand Motion, you got Shug,
and Trombetta.
yeah, those guys are pretty formidable.
Yeah. So if I'm, and if the price ticks upward on the 9, I might just play exact as 9 over the 5, 6, 7 and not worry about the try. As I think you're right. I think we're going to get a little bit of a price on
This
Privé.
race is wide open, and you scan at the early time form. You know, uh, there's some speed in here. I did notice you mentioned the track variant. Yeah, 36 in that last race. That's one of the highest numbers you're going to see. So that must have
Yeah.
been a really slow track last time.
Yeah. I mean, that's so you also don't know then if that 51-1 half-mile split was, maybe faster than it looks.
I
Probably
think
is.
so. I think
Probably
so.
is. But also, does that mean, it was a merry-go-round race? So, you know,
It was hard to it was hard to pass horses. It was kind of like tiring. Everybody just kind of,
yeah,
but it's
yeah,
second off of a small layoff. It likes turf better as far as where it finishes and how it quickens in the lane usually.
right.
It's fast there today, correct? Sunny, firm.
I think that's what I've heard. I've been checking Twitter. I just started following Colonial Downs on Twitter yesterday, just so I
Okay.
can make sure I'm getting like the latest information.
Well,
And I haven't.
on a firm turf course, I'm gonna bet it pretty good. I want to see this run, if you don't mind, at Indiana on a fast turf course. Looks like
Yeah,
it was way out of it.
if you're gonna watch, I don't know which replay you're clicking on now, but
October 26th.
the most recent one. Okay, let's watch that one, and then maybe if we got time, we can go back and watch the other one from a year earlier.
Yeah, this was where is he? The 2-hole.
Right.
And I know you don't like John Dooley, so I'll turn the volume all the way down.
I don't like any announcers except Kurt. I like Kurt Becker a lot.
I got a gray.
That's right.
All right, so I'm just interested to see the turn of foot here. I want to see. So we're saving ground. I like this. This is the trip that Dylan Donnelly loves. Being covered up.
Oh, sure, me too, man.
Yeah, I mean and turf racing, you don't want to be where that guy is in the green cap or that guy in the red out there.
And you don't want to see your horse, in my opinion, you don't want to be advancing around the clubhouse turn
like the guy in the red is right now.
Yeah, especially while wide. It's like, in fact, I should probably make a trip note on that horse and give it a look the next time it runs. But
so right now we got one horse beat. That one's getting ready to pass us. We're saving ground down there. Now I think we moved out into the maybe the 2 path.
Yep.
On the outside of the 1. But you know what? It looks a little crowded back there. We're trying to. Okay, we're weaving through. I like that. This horse loves to run in between horses. Doesn't mind any of that.
And right here, I think if you bet this horse, you're probably thinking, I got no shot.
I haven't seen him move the hands yet. Now he gives a little punch with the right hand.
Half and 48-3 almost. And then this is what you don't see horses do often. You make the turn, you go in among horses.
Wow, that was interesting that worked out.
She kind of gets in the open here.
Strong finish. Yeah. I mean, that was a really good race, and I'm sure the gallop out was good. I'm assuming based on that run.
I can't. Yeah.
Yeah, both of them. Now, is this that helmet? Those silks? Is that whose silks are those? Okay.
That's Michael Tabor. That's Coolmore silks.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So that was a good effort, and I'm sure if that's a Tabor horse, they spent a lot of money on it. But anyway, I like that. That's firm turf. The fractions weren't insane. That was a mile. That's actually kind of slow if you ask me. And it closed into that.
That winner musical score is a Brad Cox, Michael Tabor.
I'm gonna take a peek at it.
Um,
Yeah, it ran in a stake last time. Ran
yeah.
for a good fourth. Lost by
Hmm.
2.5, 2.25. So
Ran
it's
second to a horse named Tufany, who I remember. I forget.
next out winner.
Yep.
So good company line there. And
Yeah.
yeah, this is a good look. This horse, it's all about the trip. You saw that last replay.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to weave in. Yeah, how many horses are in here? It's a full field of 12. So I would assume nobody's gonna scratch out of this
I,
race.
I would love it if if the one and the two scratched, so they don't affect the price too much. And we break from post 7 instead of post 9. Just give us a little bit less ground to make up heading into that clubhouse turn. And
Okay, you're hoping 2 scratch or the 1 and the, oh, you're saying 1 and the 2 should probably scratch because they have no
no,
shot.
no, I'm just saying it would be
Oh,
great if they did, because it just
okay,
means we don't have to break from post 9. I was just at any horses. What I'm saying is, if we
right,
get a couple scratches and they're not favorites that scratch,
okay.
then it won't affect the price, and we'll be a little closer to the rail going into that turn. That's kind of what I meant.
Yeah, I think the pace will be honest enough, and I'm excited about it, Justin. Everybody, there's the pick.
Did you
Say that one more time. Provere. Prove. I never took French in high school.
Yeah.
Okay. So
By the
anyway,
way, did you disappear? Why can't I see you?
I'm not sure. You could hear me, but you can't see me.
Correct.
Not sure what's going on there. Let's take a peek.
You've
Let me.
disappeared from the show. Now you're gone completely.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. Oh, here we go. For some reason, there. Yeah, you see me?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
Thank
Hey, I
God.
don't know. For some reason, my stop cam button went on. I must have accidentally clicked on it. Uh, Tom, good way to start the morning. Thanks, guys. No coffee for me. It's a rock star with the Cap'n Rock Stars. All the best for a good day. Thanks, Tom. And by the way, why no coffee, bro? You can tell me that at another date.
Hey, I got a question non-horse racing for you. I think you'll be open to discussing this. So,
Yeah.
My my trainer and his wife, who's also a trainer at the gym where I work out, they've been sick all week, and everyone's kind of speculating they might have COVID. You and
Oh
your
boy.
dad, sent me some ivermectin, like, I don't know, a year and a half ago. My
Mm-hmm.
question for you is, you think that ivermectin is still good? And if I want to take it as a preventative measure, how much do I take?
Yeah. I mean, I got my ivermectin right here. I take it the beginning of every month. First and the third, 12 milligrams. 12 milligrams on the first, 12 milligrams on the third. If you have the smaller threes, then you take it for 5 days, 5 days in a row, and then off and then again. But yeah, I would definitely take it as a preventative measure. I would take 12 milligrams, like I'm doing,
So take
2 times a month. So once on the first and once on the third of every month.
So I think the pills you sent me are the 3 milligrams. So how many should I take total and over what period of time?
You'll have to take simple math, 4 of those on the first and 4 more on the third.
Well, I'm talking, yeah, I got that part, but like, given that I may have been exposed in the last week,
Oh, I would take it 5 days in a row.
a 3 milligram or like
No,
take,
I would probably, if you think you were exposed, I'll have to see, I'll have to see what kind of formula we have, but for preventative, I'm taking
right.
the 12, 24. I would take at least one of the, well, I'll have to send you some of these 12s. I would take a 12 5 days in a row is what I
Would
would
you
probably do.
really?
Yeah, I would.
Well, then
It
I'll just
doesn't hurt
take,
you. It's like eating candy.
well,
Ivermectin
then I'll
is,
just take, I got threes. I'll just take bunch of threes 5 days in a row. I feel fine.
I have oh,
Oh,
yeah, Yasmina's got a chart. I'll send it to you on Twitter. It goes
goes
by
by
weight.
weight.
Okay, there you
Uh-oh,
go.
that's
Yeah.
not good. I weigh too much.
All right. Well, we'll get you a chart for that. Yeah, I forgot it goes by weight, but that's what I take, and I'm 160 pounds. So, what are you about 200, 220,
Way more.
220?
Let's just say this. I've lost a lot of weight recently since I had my health issue. I've been exercising and eating right.
Mm-hmm.
I weigh way more than 200.
Mm.
Let's put it that way. It's going to get down.
But you're taller. You're about 6. What are you?
I'm about 6 feet. I'm
Okay.
down to 240.
Okay. Wait, you're down to 240. I never
Yes.
see it. You held your weight good because I never noticed that you were,
Overweight.
because you always say, "Do I look fat in this photo?" You're joking with
No, I
all of
do.
us,
It's my jaw. I 100%.
and I'm like, "What are you talking?" We're like laughing at you. What are you talking
No,
about?
I do. I hate the way I look in pictures. I hate the way I look on this video right now. I mean, I hate it. I hate it. But you got to.
Oh
We
man,
do.
you're
Listen,
killing me.
we do it for the people,
We
right?
do
We're
it for
not
the
doing this,
people.
and let's hope that Prouvé.
Prouvé. I'm gonna be centering all of my wagering around Prouvé. I'm not gonna do a big pick five. Something for like 30, $40 with him singled or her. I don't even know if it's Philly or Mara or
She.
it is okay. And then the pick four, a small ticket as well. But I'm gonna do some nice doubles and like you said, the trifectas. I like the $5 try. You hit it 10 times. What, 10 times if you hit it with 3 underneath. And then maybe an exacta. I was having a good conversation with Frank Mustari at the Invitational about win bets. And he's like, before it was don't bet across the board, don't bet place and show. We get that. Now it's like don't even bet a win bet.
Yeah, we've had many. This is what
Bet exactas and tries only, and be heavy on exactas. And if I would have done that in several tournaments, and even the other day, I would have been sitting pretty.
This is. I'm pretty sure I know exactly what Frank would say. What he'd say is, if you like a horse that's 8, 10, 12 to 1, yeah, put something to win on it, but also try to hit the exacta or the try.
Mm-hmm.
What he'd also say is if your top selection is 4 to 1, 9 to 2, whatever, or lower, he's like, if you just bet to win over the long haul, you're either going to lose or not do that well. The frustrating thing is if you like a horse at 9 to 2 and it wins and you don't cash, that's frustrating. But his argument is you will hit often enough to more than make up for whatever you miss out on by not making win bets. He's even told me, you like a horse at 9 to 2 in a 10-horse field, pick 2 middle long shots at random and put them underneath. And in the long run, if you're right about picking winners, you will make more money.
Okay, how about this? How about this? And I like that. So say you got a horse that's 9 to 2. You found that horse. You have a trip note. This is your horse. You bet it. It wins. Instead of not having a win bet, so in other words, I do a $50 exacta, that 9 to 2 shot over 2 horses. That's a $100 bet. Why not hedge with a $20 win bet too? What's $20?
Yeah, and he'd say, "What's $90? If you're going to win 90, 20 to win on 92 is going to win you $90. Do you really?"
Yeah, it's going to win you 90. Yeah, okay. But that's what I'm saying. If you want to feel better about yourself to get your money back, if you don't hit the exacta,
he wouldn't. I think Frank would probably.
He doesn't care about getting his money back on a play like that.
Yeah, and a lot of it's contest versus just straight wagering. I mean,
right.
Put it this way: if Prouvé is 8 to 1 today, I'm going to have a win bet no matter what. If Prouvé is 12 to 1 or more, I might only make a win bet.
Yeah.
Or I might make majority win bet and a little bit in the exactas over my 3 horses underneath, the 5, 6, and 7. And I might put a little bit on the try also. So look, I still don't have it all figured out. I never have claimed to. I know that I've had a really good year betting horses. And
I've noticed.
If you look at my breakdown of what I've hit, what types of bets, I'm way positive on exactas and trifectas. And I'm down on like win bets and pick fours and shit like
Yeah,
that.
win bets have been so frustrating. When you hit them, you hit them. Man, I can't tell you the number of seconds, and I see a
No.
logical horse that I like that won, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm betting, I'm keying this horse over 3 horses in a try. I'm betting a win bet, and I'm not doing the exactly the other way. What am I doing here? So now I'm starting to do that, and I've been hitting. So, you know, it's growing. You're always evolving. I've been playing the horses a lot since like 1998, going to the dog track in Kenosha here and other things. And you've been playing around the same period of time,
Mhm.
and
Rich,
we're always learning. We're always learning.
that's Rich Nilsson's exact quote. What he said to me was, "You get tired of learning because here I've been playing horses pretty consistently for 25 years, very consistently for the last probably two years,
Mhm.
where my handle has gone way, way, way up in the last, especially the last 6, 7 months, and you are learning, and it does get frustrating to say next time. But I'll be honest, I've made some big scores in my life because I've learned lessons, and I'm like, I'm not going to repeat that mistake. And then you don't repeat it, and then maybe 2, 3, 4 times later, you cash that big ticket. Um, it's helped me a lot. I hit I hit the Derby Exacta in 2005, Giacomo in closing argument. It
Oh,
paid
you had Giacomo. You and
well.
our guy from TVG had
And
that.
Rudolph, yeah. No, see, this is a good quick story. In the 2002 or 2003, 2002 Derby, one of the Derbies, I don't remember which one it was, but the trifecta was made up of horses that I had future wagers on, all 3 of them, and I didn't bet the trifecta in that Derby, and it paid I don't know how many thousands. So every year, what I started doing was if I had a live future wager on a horse in the Derby, even if it wasn't my top pick in the Derby, I would do an exacta box of every horse I had that was in the Derby. And that year, I had live future wagers on several horses. 2 of them were Giacomo and Closing Argument. So I boxed them in an exacta for a lousy $1. Okay, I'm embarrassed. It was only $1, but it hit, and the exacta paid 4,900 for a buck.
That is just. I imagine a $20 box, like a normal 20. Like
I
you'll
don't, I don't want to
normally
think
do at
about it.
least a 20.
Oh, if this was today, I mean, you've known me here. I would never bet $1. I mean,
No, I know, but oh my god, man, 40. That's huge. I never heard him at exacta paying that much.
it was
But
nuts.
Giacomo was 50 to 1,
Yeah.
right?
In Closing
And
Argument, it was like 70 to 1.
yeah, so that makes sense. And a 20 horse, whatever, 18
Well,
horses.
what's even funnier is I'm pretty sure that Giacomo's price on Derby Day was better than the odds I got on him in the future wager. So I cashed the future wager bet on Giacomo too for like 1,000. I think I had $20 on him at
You know,
50.
he ran well in the preps, had a subpar Santa Anita Derby.
No, it wasn't subpar. Look at I forget what his
Well,
buyers were. They were in the hundreds, or maybe it was like
I
98,
think he
something like
finished
that.
fourth though, or
Yeah, he did. But if a horse, like if you took Giacomo's past performances and you put him in the Kentucky Derby next year,
oh
I
yeah,
can almost guarantee you he'd be the favorite.
yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on with horses
They're
today.
just going like that.
The breeding, I don't know. I just can't put my finger on it, but I'm sure you have a hypothesis on what's going on with that. But
I mean, I'm not a
I,
trainer. I don't know how that stuff works, but I mean, if a horse like Skip Away or Formal
oh my
Gold
God, Skip Away was so good.
or was racing today, that they would win every major. They'd win the Pegasus, then the Saudi Cup, and then the Dubai World Cup and the Breeders' Cup Classic. A horse could go through 2 years and just run the table if those horses are running today.
I wanted to ask you, 2003 or 1998 Breeders' Cup Classic. Which one is the stronger race?
Well, the '98 is the most painful because I had Swain. I had what for me at the time was a big win bet. I had $100 to win on Swain, and Swain is the Godolphin horse ridden by Frankie Dettori, who finished almost on the outside fence at Churchill Downs. That was the race won by Awesome Again. And in that field was also Silver Charm. I think Gentleman was in there. I forget who it was. It was a great field.
It was the one. You know what? Do you can I play that race?
Yeah, let's play it.
I really want. It was one of the best. It's to me, it's the best classic ever.
I don't even. Who was in the 2003 Breeders' Cup Classic?
That one had Go Zapper, and it had Zeri who ran 5th, and then you
No,
had,
that was 04.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of then. The one at Lone Star.
Yeah, that was 04. I remember that one well.
That one is the only one, in my opinion, that rivals, you know, this classic. But I mean, for people that may not have, I don't know if we have younger listeners. I'm sure we have, you know, older listeners as well. But
and they're off in the Breeders' Cup Classic. And Coronado's Quest is the first away from the gate. Arch was off to a good beginning. Skip Away is in behind Arch in the early stage.
Yeah, Skip Away was in there.
Skip Away's third, and the outside Gentleman races fourth.
A little loud.
Inspires for the first time. It is Coronado's Quest.
Coronado's Quest was awesome.
Second, and the two
every horse in here, just listen to it.
Skip Away on the outside, Derby winner Silver Charm. In behind them at the inside, European Swain. The running stag is just next to Silver Charm. 2 lengths back. On the outside, it's Gentleman. Then a break of 3 to stablemates. Awesome Again and Touch Gold.
Touch Gold.
7 lengths. Back to Belmont winner Victory Gallop.
Victory Gallop.
He's about a dozen lengths from the lead. The opening quarter goes in 23 2/5 seconds. The opening half mile was 47 3. It's an honest pace here in the Classic with Coronado's Quest leading the way, prompted by Arch. Skip Away is tucked away on the inside. There appears to be a narrow opening for him, and there he goes. Gary Bailey asking a little bit more from Skip Away. Silver Charm in a good spot on the outside.
Silver Charm was so awesome.
And Gentleman starts his engine.
Gentleman.
For the far turn, he's only 3 lengths from the lead.
There's Swain in the blue silks.
Then running Stag.
I think he goes 9 wide in the stretch.
And still well behind is Victory Gallop.
What was wrong with Victory Gallop in here?
I bet Victory Gallop that day. No, he made a big rally here.
Skip Away is still down toward the inside. Here comes Silver Charm. Silver Charm coming with a bold rally in the
And you can see here Swain was going to blow by all of them.
And Swain is coming with his rally, and farther back it is.
This is where I was going nuts. I'm like, I'm going to win my bet.
1 furlong to go. Coronado's Quest, Silver Charm, and Swain, the 3 of them. Not today for Skip Away. Victory Gallop continues to close. Silver Charm short lead.
What the hell?
Flying in between horses. A wild finish to the Classic. Awesome Again has won.
And Awesome Again didn't lose all year.
Awesome Again is the winner. A 3-way photo for second.
Yeah, he wasn't Horse of the Year, was he? Who was in 98?
Honestly, man.
And there is your race winner, Pat Day, with Awesome Again coming from.
That was such a great race. You know, all the sires in there. You take any of them horses. I mean, obviously, we've had Flightline, a couple other really good horses. Flightline would compete with anybody on his best day, obviously.
So Skip Away was Horse of the Year.
How about Giacomo's dad, Holy Bull? Yeah, Holy Bull was great.
Yeah.
Didn't Holy Bull, I think, broke down
In the race against that Cigar one, right?
at Oaklawn, I think.
I can't remember. That was so Holy Bull was like a year before my time. The first Kentucky Derby I ever handicapped was in 95 Thunder Gulch.
And then Grindstone the next year, right?
Yep. And that was when I really first got into it. And then, you know, I didn't start betting, but my first ever big bet was on Empire Maker in the 03 Belmont. So I cashed that ticket. And then.
But wait, going back to that Classic, you bet Swain in that race.
Yep.
And especially the last 100 yards that just veered straight to the grandstand.
I know. It's insane. I mean, I don't know if he would have won, but
maybe he finished third, and
yeah,
that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because that nobody was really. I don't know what the odds were on Swain that day, but I can't imagine. It had to be a price with
I
that
think it
field.
was around 8-1.
That's pretty. That horse must have been pretty strong coming in then against that field.
You can't ask me a question and not expect me to go look it up. So I'm going to
Yeah,
go
yeah. I got
1998 Breeders' Cup Classic chart. All right. I think Swain was about 8-1. And let me look and see.
Well, you do have a good memory, so my money's on 8-1.
Well, I don't know how to find the damn results. Come on, give me the. I don't want the. I just want the whole chart. Oh, here we go. No, Swain.
All right.
Swain paid $4 to show. It doesn't tell me anything. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, Holy Bull lost to Cigar in the Don Handicap at Gulfstream, which they don't have that race no more. It's now the Pegasus. Okay.
Come on, give me the damn. So I got to go. Oh, I know what I got to do. I got to go all the way down here.
You're looking for the chart?
I think I got it.
Let me know what Victory Gallop was, by the way, because I played him. I was a fan of.
Okay. Swain was 6.8-1.
Okay.
Victory Gallop, who was a good fourth, was 7.5-1. Awesome again was coupled with the 3-horse entry. I forgot about that.
Wait a minute. Victory Gallop was almost even money, or almost 3-2?
No. Victory Gallop was
7.5-1.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you said 7-5.
No. I forgot that Coronado's Quest, Touch Gold, and Awesome Again were a 3-horse entry.
That's so stupid. I'm glad they got all that changed. Remember the 1, 2, 3 X or whatever the hell?
So Arch was in that race. We saw Gentleman.
Arch was good. Gentleman was. I mean, all those horses. If you looked at all the individual PPs on these horses, awesome horses, man. Yeah. And what a good sire Awesome Again turned out to be. A lot of good sires in that race. Silver Charm wasn't really a good sire.
Coronado's Quest.
Coronado's Quest died early, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Skip Away was really, really good. I don't know what happened in that race. That was kind of a head scratcher. I think he won like $8-9 million, didn't he?
Do you remember who trained Awesome Again?
Carl Nasker.
No, it was Pat Byrne.
Oh, okay.
He won. God, he won. Look at this. He was awesome. He won Breeders' Cup Classic. Before that, he won the Hawthorne Gold Cup.
Oh, that was a nice race back in the day. $500,000.
He won
750 maybe, and now they don't have it no more. But
the Saratoga Breeders' Cup Handicap. He won the Whitney. He won the Stephen Foster. Won an allowance, and then he as a 3-year-old he won the Jim Dandy. He won the Queen's Plate. Oh my God!
Yeah,
that horse was freaking incredible.
Let's see. Holy Bull won the Met Mile, the Dwyer, the Haskell, the Travers, and Woodward, and skipped the Breeders' Cup because they didn't want to pay the $360K to supplement. Now I'm thinking, why weren't you pre-entered into that or early nomination?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird.
Before my time. All right, my man. I got to get involved.
Hey, good talking. Hey, Yaz sent you the protocol for the ivermectin.
Thank you.
Yep.
That's Marco's wife, right?
Yeah. Awesome Again and Touch Gold were with Dave Hoffman's.
Mm-hmm. No, Awesome Again was trained by Pat Byrne.
Before Stronach moved them to Byrne.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the rest of his comment.
Yeah. Okay, that's an interesting tidbit as well. See, thanks, Tom. And Tom is our good preacher friend. Goes to Oaklawn a lot, and I saw him at the Hawthorne Invitational. He stopped by and said hello. Played in the 2-day tournament up there.
Very nice. Hey, how many viewers we get today?
We got 70
right.
For a lazy Thursday.
Yeah, for a lazy Thursday with no Saratoga on the turf.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
But
All
yeah,
right.
let's say your horse's name one more time.
Prouvé.
Prouvé.
Race
I'll get that.
9.
If that horse wins, I'm gonna get a T-shirt made. So
Race
I'll hit
9,
a big
horse
bet.
9 at Colonial. Okay, good luck today. Let's do it again tomorrow, brother.
Let's do it. Thanks, guys, for joining in. We'll do it. We'll make an announcement for our next show, whenever that might be. Just follow me and Justin on Twitter, like and subscribe, and let's cash some tickets.
Later, brother.
All right, later.